And we are live. Action. Thank you. Yeah.
Lights.
Welcome. Roll.
Anyways,
welcome back to the show, guys. Thanks for tuning back in.
If you're still with us.
They're still with us.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah. Testing out a new setup today. We're doing a 3-camera setup for, I know it's ridiculous, but, it's a nice little view of this side of the room. We don't really get to see this side of the room that much. Yes, let's talk.
Hello.
Jazz hands. Jazz hands. But today we're going to talk a little bit about the Pleiades and Pleiadians and the alien race that they are alleged to be. They are, a quick side note from the Nordic alien episode, they are sometimes, most of the time, actually considered one and the same. They share similar features. Pleiades really just kind of refers to like races of aliens that live in that star cluster more than it just refers to a specific race, if that makes sense. At least that's what I've always been led to believe in what I've read, especially everything that I looked up for today.
Well, yeah, and there's a lot of Pleiades that come from different star clusters, and it's not just one.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot of people, that's been studied, at least.
Yeah, that's true. But, so today we're going to dive into them a little bit and kind of see really where they come from, why we believe in them, why we not believe in them, but like how they are perceived throughout history, etc., etc. Yeah, so it should be a real fun time. About 444 light years away is about how far away they are distance-wise to the Earth. And that's really, in terms of space-time travel, I guess, it's really not that far. I mean, it's not like super close, but it's really not that far. They're traveling faster than the speed of light anyway. It wouldn't take them that long to get here. So.
Not with allegedly having the technology they have.
Yeah.
It's far superior than what we could ever have here.
Yes, it is. That's actually
allegedly.
Yeah, and that's actually one of the things that is brought up in what I found was that they have very advanced technology, and it could be things that fold space-time, because like time travel isn't necessarily linear movement, so they were able to fold space-time allegedly. Telepathic abilities also. Telepathetically, yes, they're telepathetically superior. That's kind of a mouthful.
Telepathetically
superior, yeah. I'm surprised it didn't come out superior, because I do that sometimes.
Superior,
yeah. Telepathically superior. Yeah, see, I can't even say it wrong. I can't even say it wrongly. Yeah. Oh man. But
hey, the PH makes the F sound and the GH makes the F sound. Yeah. What the fuck are we speaking?
Really weird English, I think.
Yeah. Laugh. Phone. Laughing phone.
Laughing foam. But
so anyways.
The Pleiades are known as it's a star cluster, obviously, but they're known as the Seven Sisters, even though you can only see 6 of the stars. The other one is hidden.
They're all kind of hidden amongst the constellation of Taurus.
Yeah. Yep.
So.
Yes.
Yeah.
They are chased forever in the sky by Orion, because it's alleged that it's based on the Greek myth of, let's see if I can find it here. Remind me of bending over and picking up my notes. There we go. Let's see. They were the 7 daughters of the Titan Atlas and the nymph Pleione. I'm going to act like that's how it's said. I swear I can read. But, yeah. Orion chases the... yeah. Chases the Pleiades across the sky pretty much like spring to fall. I pretty much, yeah. You can see Orion here really well. It's pretty much over the top of my trailer right now, most of the time, in the night sky. So that's pretty cool. That means that the star cluster is really not that far away. I just can't see it. But makes me wonder kind of what they come here for.
Well, a lot of people believe that they come to. It's been rumored that there's been a lot of sightings of Pleiadians meeting with world leaders, and it's been thought that they do all of this to try to, keep the peace, keep the people from wiping out the people.
Yeah, kind of keep everybody vibrating together in a state, more of try to get everybody to vibrate in a state of harmony.
Yeah.
If they're here. Some of them incarnate too. Hi Della, making a frame shot. Yeah, she's got to get her money's worth. But some people believe that they incarnate here in physical form, kind of like, like they look like us, but their soul is Pleiadian, for lack of a better term, and they are incarnated as a kind of light worker, if you know what that is, and are here to help humanity, for lack of a better term, in time of need. And that's kind of cool, I guess, to think about. Even if you can't prove it one way or the other, it's fun to think about it like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Della just be like, a pain in the backside. What are you doing? You should lay down. Please. You're not gonna. That's okay.
Well, did you have something you wanted to say about the Pleiadians? Is there something you'd like to include? Have you seen them?
In terms of looks?
They're Nordic aliens,
yeah.
Allegedly.
Basically, yes.
Have you seen any Pleiadians?
Very similar features.
Are they outside?
It just means that they live in.
Have they come to talk to you?
For lack of a better term.
Do they give you messages? Or are you just trying to tell me something? Well, are you sad? Oh, you're sad? No? Oh. But yeah, it said they're supposed to be high, like, energetic beings.
Yeah. Very high vibration.
And this is my own running theory. And that's, I know that you've noticed, but I don't know how many of you guys, viewers or listeners, have noticed. But if you stay with your meditation and your chakras alignments, and you're doing your frequency and energy things, like we've been talking about off and on, I don't know if you've noticed, but energy levels have been spiking and for periods of time and then dropping back off again. I have a working theory that it has something to do with an increased energy due to non-earthly beings, in a sense that all mostly boils into Pleiadians, because they are one of the most highly ranked, high energy beings that we quote unquote know of.
And there's a lot of them.
All kinds of them.
Yeah.
There's a group of Pleades that they say come from the Dakotas, which is another star cluster that isn't. Yeah. We had just mentioned it a minute ago, and I forgot what it was called.
Taurus?
Taurus, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I got you. I see what you're I got you. Tracking now, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, I agree. There's a lot of them here too. A lot of them incarnated. A lot of them just here that are not incarnated. They're just in their like base form now that they're ascended. Yeah, there's a lot of them here. There's a lot of races alleged to be here right now, according to, depending on how far you want to get into the side of, you know, the incarnation and the energy spike, which he's talking about, which 10-4 can confirm. All of my friends that I've talked to that are like me, like us, say the same thing. All of them say it's different. But we'll be right back. We're going to take a super short break. And we're back.
Here I am.
There we go. Okay, so what do these Pleiadians look like? We kind of touched on it a little bit. They look like Nordic aliens, which are, you know, blonde Scandinavian types. They could basically just be them, like I said in the last little bit. Just means that's where they're from.
Yeah, you know, fair-skinned, light hair.
Yeah, fair-skinned, light
blue
hair.
Eyes.
Yeah, Aryan in appearance, I guess.
Yeah.
The Aryan aliens are also the Nordics. That's, you know, another way to describe them.
Yep.
So. But they're also, along with the telepathic abilities, they're also, you know, good with energy-based healing. They can heal using energy, which I don't know if you guys know what like a Rife machine is, but a Rife machine, basically a big enough one, you can stand in it, and it plays one of like the frequencies that you choose it to play for the 7 chakras, and you can stand in there and vibrate to it for like 25 minutes, and it vibrates you for 25 minutes straight at 963. My dad knows of a doctor in Illinois that has a Rife machine that you pay him X amount of dollars and you can sit in it for like 30 minutes.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think it'd be pretty cool to try. I'd love to have one. My notes look real tacky, just kind of hanging out there, so I'm going to put them back on the floor where they can just vibe for a minute, but
be contingent.
Yeah, just in case I need to reference them, because I will most definitely need to reference them. I'm good at that. So,
yes.
But yeah, how old do these guys live to be?
Roughly 600-700 years.
600-700. I say that's pretty long.
Yeah.
That's like almost. That's not Anunnaki status, but that'd be like Anunnaki status for us.
Yeah.
I guess if that
makes sense. Well, it's. I think I'm not too sure, so don't quote me on it. But like the Anunnaki, I think isn't much more than that.
No.
I think they're like 800 to 900.
There are some accounts of the older Sumerian tablets where there were a couple of kings that reigned for like a couple 100,000 years, allegedly, according to these
tablets.
Yeah, which
I mean that's possible.
It is possible if we were to go into the theory that
Pleiadians had a hand in it.
Well, I'm sure that all of them have a hand in it. That's kind of how I'm looking at it at this point, because everyone's like, oh, well, this one says this is how it happened. Like every religion has got a different way that creation happened, right? Yeah, it's got a different way that creation happened, though, right? Like the Bible says that, you know, in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth. Norse mythology, they use the remains of a giant that they slay to create Midgard, which is the earth. Della, go lay down now. Go on. Go. She ain't gonna go over there. She can't reach. Lay down, please. Go. She's alright. She's alright. Sit down.
But, so, I think, you know, because they have a high emotional development rate.
Like high emotional intelligence?
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Well, not just emotional intelligence, but emotional, like, empathy, like compassion.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why there's like a deep compassion and a love for not just themselves, but for other beings, which goes back into the theory of they're here to help maintain peace
Well, trying to help
amongst the
maintain
people.
peace,
Yeah, at least try to.
Yeah.
What peace that they can keep.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
and then their spiritual development is highly advanced.
Yeah.
So, like, maybe, you know, like, when this information, you know, they were like, oh, well, it's 600 to 700 years. Well, this information could have begotten 10, 20 years ago, and I mean, with the way that their development is, who's to say that it hasn't expanded in time?
Hasn't increased in time.
Yeah, increased in time.
Maybe they haven't figured out how to hit like 1,200 years or something.
Right.
Kind of like Methuselah in the Bible, because Methuselah was like, I think it was 969 years old when he was alleged to have passed away at 969 years old.
Right.
Can you imagine being almost 1,000 years old? You've watched a whole millennium go by. Like, that is the rise and fall of like 2 civilizations. If you're unlucky, it's like 5 or 6 civilizations.
Yeah.
Like, but is it really unlucky if you were to see the rise and fall of like 5 or 6 of them, like every couple hundred years, and you survive all 6 of them? That's pretty
impressive.
That is, especially for how they say how hard it was to survive back then. That is really impressive. Especially because, you know, even you get to the time of the Vikings, which you get to the time of the Vikings, and an old man was 45 years old, 50 years old. Life expectancy was crap. It wasn't even 50. Like, life expectancy was like 40.
Yeah.
You made it to 40, you were super old.
Yeah.
So,
especially with all the diseases and things that they had then.
Yeah, but I mean, that kind of goes to point at the, you know, the theory that humans are just a science experiment that aliens tinkered with a bunch of different species here on Earth, which I don't necessarily buy, but
I don't really buy that.
Some of it kind of tracks to a degree. But I can't remember where I was going with that now. If you buy into that, then the older that first specimen, or not older, I guess, but the further back you go into that, if that was the case, the first generation of things that they experimented on are going to live the longest because they have the cleanest genes.
Right.
But as they progress through the generations, if they're watering down that, which they kind of have to, because otherwise if you start to get qualities of, well, irreparable qualities of inbreeding, which you can't really rectify, it doesn't matter what you do.
Right.
You have to water it down, and then as you do that, the life expectancy is going to decrease. Which also, it goes into that oxygen is also a lot thinner here than it used to be. It used to be a lot more plentiful. That's how big ass things like, you know, encased fossils of such have been found. That's how they would have been able to survive, because of denser and more oxygen. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to fly. They wouldn't even be able to breathe. They're too big.
Yeah.
The air's too thin. They would just go, and
that'd be like the end of the sky.
Yeah, just splat. You know what the last thing would be that would go through his mind, though, if he ran into a car?
His ass. Well, I hope you all know the only thing you shouldn't say to a nuclear holocaust survivor: look on the bright side. But so the Pleiadians actually had like some really super advanced technology on top of everything else that they had. And I think that they have some serious relations with like time travel and things like that.
Yeah, I agree.
And more specifically, so time-space travel.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because you have to, well, you don't have to, but time isn't really linear in the sense that we know it. It doesn't just progress forward and then like go backward. It doesn't really work like that. And the one theory posits that in order for such technology like this to exist, it would have to be, time isn't linear, and you can't go back in time on your own timeline, but you can go back in time to a timeline that is really similar to your timeline and see events that would play out that are super similar to your timeline, but you can't go back in your own timeline. It's not possible.
Right.
Because, yeah.
Well, I mean, unless time travel can figure out how to go back on your timeline.
I mean, maybe it is possible. Maybe we can just grab the event horizon from 3,000 years back and bring it back to us, because that's how you theoretically would achieve warp speed. Is you fold the horizon, kind of like pages in a book. You've got an ant that wants to cross the book on the page, right? Okay, so you've got the inside of the page, the outside of the page. It's a long way to travel. What you do is you fold the page, and you fold it in half down like this, and you bring the page together, and that's folding the event horizon, and that's how you could theoretically achieve time travel. That's breaking time-space continuum. That's also allegedly how UFOs fly, is by breaking the time-space continuum. They fold it around the ship and put the ship in a perpetual state of falling, even though it's not falling, and that's how it achieves the speed that it does and can do the turns that it does, because it's in a zero gravity state.
Yep, at all times.
At all times. At all times. It's really kind of cool to think about.
Yeah, that is pretty insane.
That would probably mean that the Pleiadians, if they have ships close to Earth, they would probably operate something similar to that. Who knows what they actually look like? But if you've noticed, before we cut on this video, if you've noticed, the narrative around the world as far as like alien sightings go has changed. It's gone from being more from seeing craft and stuff to just seeing orbs and beings of light. Kind of wild, just saying.
Excuse me while I spit on myself.
Let's see if that one's recording up there. Doesn't look like it. That one is, isn't it?
It was.
Oh. Now it's recording. That one up there says the card's full, so we're just going to leave it off, which is crazy because the card can't be full. It loops over itself, but that's all right. We got at least one video out of it. So,
but here we are.
Here we are. Sorry, guys.
Two camera angles left to go.
Yeah, that's okay. That just means that we can I can square it up a little bit better here and get in line like that with that one too and that one too. But now we're kind of on to, what are some things that are symbolic of the Pleiades and Pleiadians in general. And one of them I think that is really intriguing, because I kind of have, it's not the same obviously because it's more Norse, but I guess it'd be like a Norse variant of the Triskelion. You know what the Triskelion is?
Yes and no.
It's like swirling circles that are in the shape of like the triquarta, has like the 3 points. It's 3 circles like this.
Oh yeah.
Kind of looks like the horns of Odin here, but
okay, yeah,
but they're like lined. You know what I'm talking about? Yep. That's symbolic of Pleiadians. I that one kind of tickled me pink when I
looked it up.
Yeah, when I looked it up, that was like super nifty.
The 7-pointed star is also a really large symbolic image because of the 7 sisters that are being chased across the sky.
Yep. Yeah. Really. Yeah. Yes, it is. Which makes sense, but it also is just funny. You still can't see who like the 7th sister technically is, and that's allegedly, if I remember right, that's the planet that like the actual that Pleiadians originated from in that star system is from the one that you can't see.
Right.
Supposedly.
Right. Yeah, I've heard the same.
Yeah, it's kind of like in Orion's belt. I think it's Sirius B. Sirius B is the one that you can't see with the naked eye, but I can't remember. There's a tribe of Indians that said it existed, and they said it existed a good while before anybody actually found it with a telescope. And that's supposedly where the Orion race of aliens would be coming from too, is that planet that you can't see.
Oh,
because it's a little bit further back. So, but Della, stop. What else we got in there for?
I'm not too sure who the star of today's show is, us or Della.
Well, right now she's not really a star because she can't be seen. All you can see is like the very tip of her ears in that camera over there. They're just kind of like bloop. Della, stop.
Go lay down.
Yeah. Go on. Go away.
Go on, soul sister. Bye.
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 We're going to be covering aliens that act like Della in the next one. I think if Sam over here is cool with it, we're gonna go over Lyrans and Arcturans. Or actually, we can go over one of those two, and I can go over the other one in a solo episode too. Kind of help bridge the gap. I might do that just because I could, take some candid shots of Della and do the Lyrans, as Lyrans are said to be kind of animal humanoid.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Dog-like.
Yeah, we'll get into that when we get to it.
But yeah, the Mandela of Light, I haven't heard of this one.
I have, but honestly, off the top of my head, I cannot remember what it looks like. So I will have to maybe find a picture of it.
Well, yeah. Alleged to be containing of sacred patterns and healing energies. Then they have the Pyramid of Light.
I guess it's probably something similar. Then it'd be a pyramid with light.
Right.
And
then they have here listed, like you mentioned, the Triskelion.
Yes. Yeah. That one's really cool. It's a pretty nifty looking symbol. They had when we were in Oklahoma where we shot the reptilian episode at, they had this store there called Craig's Emporium. Della, stop. And this Craig's Emporium was like a super huge witchcraft store.
Wow.
It's awesome, dude. Super awesome. If we go back there, that's the first place we'll go again to drop money because it was so worth it. Like everything we got from there is dope. That's where we got all those candles from. If I think I remember.
Okay, yeah.
And the figurines.
Nice.
Where was I going with this?
You saw
there was a whole bunch of necklaces that they had there. They had a bunch of different Triskelions.
Wow.
First, there were some that were like bronze. They had another one that was made out of like pewter, which is kind of cool. There's another one that was stainless steel, but it was like $38. But it was like you could put it on a chain. If that chain come down to like here, you could take that off and wrap it around your hand twice and probably
damn.
use it for self-defense if you wanted to. It was pretty hefty.
Oh yeah.
That's like my big wolf head hammer that I've got, my big wolf head Thor's hammer. You could do that with the right chain. Put a big chain on it. You can knock somebody out with it for sure.
Oh yeah.
I'm not saying that that's what you should do. I'm not advocating violence of any sort whatsoever.
Nope.
But just for as I said the other night, shits and gins.
Shits and gins. Gins and shits.
Gins and shits. No. But then after we get through the symbols, we have here a little bit about like the history and the meaning of like the Pleiades. It's as we covered, it's the origin place of the Pleiadians, and it's a star cluster located in the constellation of Taurus. It's 444 light years away, visible to the naked eye, and they are inspirations for lots of stories and mythologies around the world. They play an important part in navigating if you're doing sea stuff, and they play an important part in agriculture for like marking the turn of seasons.
Yep, the solstices, things. Oh yes.
Yes, yeah, they are reliable and have been very reliable for however many hundreds of thousands or millions of years that they have been there in the night sky. And who knows? Maybe they were brought there, kind of like some people believe that the moon was brought and placed into the night sky, because there's parts of Sumerian tablets that mention the sky with no moon in it.
Yep.
So maybe it's possible that that's what happened with certain star clusters too. Maybe they were placed there.
Well, it's not just in Sumerian tablets. There's a lot of old cultural civilizations, like natives, who have stories that talk of no moon in the night sky. So just more speculation on the Earth being put there instead of already being there.
Makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, towed into place with a tractor beam.
Well, and I think this year I think at the beginning of this year, 2026, they said that we had a second moon.
Yeah, I never was able to do a whole lot of like looking into that to see how true it was, but it looked like we had 2 moons for a while.
It sure did.
Yes.
Sometimes it still does.
Yeah, it does.
So
it also kind of I remember there was a video going around. I think it was Facebook of a lady that was like showing like time-lapse footage of what she thought was the second planet or a second sun passing through the sky, like behind the moon, and it was kind of weird seeing it because like,
I've seen that video.
I don't know if that was just refracted light on the lens or what, or I have no clue. It wasn't super clear in that footage what it was that was moving through the night sky behind it. It really wasn't. I mean, yes, it looks like a moon-like body.
But speculation remains.
Yes, it does. And and I don't know. It's kind of,
it just seems strange.
It is strange. And that would also kind of like maybe if we were to not buy into that, but kind of buy into that, there's the concept then of like the 3-body problem. Because like, if you have a 3-body system, then you've constantly got one body that is going to be too far out of the orbiting path to either be like cooked or frozen from lack of sunlight or too much sunlight. And when it's ripe to come back into being habitable, the other one will end up being uninhabitable because it'll get kicked out due to the new gravitational pull.
So on and so forth.
So yeah, I feel like if that were the case and there was another moon, that we would be seeing the effects of it, unless it is being artificially negated by something, which I can see that too. But
we've been experiencing a bunch of earthquakes all over
Earth. The weather has been wild. I guess earthquakes aren't weather, are they? But like, everything seismically and weather-wise has been very unique,
distinguished,
very unique for the last 4 weeks.
Yeah,
I would say it. And
roughly.
At least, maybe a little bit longer than that, but 4 is what I can remember because we've had
solidly at least the last 4 weeks.
Yeah, this say where I work at, it is the first time and the most that I've ever been like not missed work, but basically missed work or been sent home from work because of weather.
Yep.
Ever, and that I can remember, and I've never had it be this bad, except it like near the fall when cold fronts and hot fronts meet, and then it starts to get super freaking cold.
Yep.
But more on that when we get back. And there we go. We are recording again.
Hello!
We are back again. Yeah. Trying to make it a little bit easier on us both post-production for the editing. That's why it goes in 10.5, 11-minute clips. I'd like to do it in 9 if we could, but we'd have to do a whole shitload of those, and that's just going to be a pain in the ass.
That'd be fucked.
Like 9. Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
No thanks. I'm full.
I'll do that for like solo episodes.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, do it like that, because then they go to TikTok like I was talking about. But yeah, we're showcasing a different section of Hot Wheels today. This is the Batman section. All of the Batmobiles that I could find, and then some different other vehicles from the Batman stuff. Super duper cool. I love it. Of course I do. They're my cars. So going back into the Pleiades, we'll start with, we already know a little bit that they're mentioned pretty heavy in Greek mythology, but what are the names of the 7 sisters that they're supposed to be named after?
So I have some information here from Gaia.com, and what they have here says I have forgotten how to speak in the English. The 7 sisters are known as Maya, Electra, Tegeti, I don't know how to say that one. Seleno.
Let me see.
Alcyone.
Yep.
Sterope and Merope. It says they have been symbolized in various cultures as a group of women or spiritual entities entities with deep astronomical and mythological meaning. Their influence in the legends and folklore of different peoples highlights the universality of their presence in the sky.
Nice.
So in that specific star cluster, each different one that you can see, plus the seventh, which you can't, allegedly.
Nice. Hell yeah. Let's say in Asian cosmology, at least in like China, they were known as Mao. And they're considered a big part of like the agricultural calendar and seasonal calendar. But that kind of tracks because China and that side of the world, they still do like Lunar New Year, I guess, for lack of it, because their New Year is in February.
Yep.
Which is, if you go by the old calendar, because there was an old calendar with 13 months in it.
13 months.
There was a 13-month. Then if you go by that, that's when the new year starts.
Well, it's like there are some countries over in Africa that we're 2026 here, and they're probably in like 2018 there.
No, I think because they're further back than that.
Yeah, probably even so. Yeah, but it's because they still follow a 13-month calendar,
and they follow it religiously.
Yep.
And some conspiracy theorists say that that's one reason why Africa hasn't, until recently, been developed really as a continent, because they don't want to adhere to the typical 12-month business calendar because it destroys humans like a natural way of life.
Yep.
Yeah. So it could be why they're always not in abject poverty, because they just are in the middle of freaking nowhere, because they're not like, if depending on what you believe in, that's the cradle of life. That's where life originated from, is there. And then like the Mesopotamia area. I mean, it had to come from somewhere. And we know that Africa was like lush at one point. And a good chunk of the northern part of it got suddenly submerged underwater. And what you see there is left over from really what looks like a tsunami that washed all that sand inland. That's what it looks like to me. But anyway, it is also believed that these stars had kind of a direct influence on the weather and seasons, like I was saying. They're deeply integrated into their agricultural and spiritual life. And if you're into like meditating at all and it's, nature based, you're probably going to be pretty hard into like the stars. I know I'm pretty hard into the stars. I've been kind of more of a recent thing, but I really dig the night sky. I love where I live at for that one simple reason is like,
same.
My light pollution is very minimal for what other people don't get to see. There are people that come out here that go,
oh my God!
Yeah, you can see that many stars. You can't where you're at. No, I mean, you go to Lafayette, man. You can't see
fuck all.
You can't see fuck all for stars.
No, you can't, dude. That's why I'm glad I live where I live.
Yeah,
And I'll walk out, step out the door, and the dead of the night, and it's just like
look straight up, and you can see it.
Almost every last one of them in the sky.
Yep.
As far as you can look.
Yep.
Stars.
That's what I liked about. One thing I really liked about doing when I raced four-wheelers was all the different races that we would go to. We would the last couple of races that we went to, 6 to 10, I think roughly around that, we camped, like hard camped.
Yeah.
And all of the places that we went to were a good distance away from light pollution that wouldn't like really affect seeing the night sky.
Oh, nice.
I mean, like you could really see some shit out there.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
Then on the flip side, we had one race where I think it was April, and it was a cold April comparatively speaking to how usually they are. And we got to this race. It was close to the like Kentucky state line, and that night it hit 28 degrees. And we were hard camping in tents. Oh yeah, dude, like
that's rough.
Oh well, we stayed warm as long as you literally did not move that blanket more than that much off of you. Because if you did that, it was instant bone chill cold, like instant bone chill cold. Crazy, but
that is crazy.
Then you get to about 7:30, and you can kind of feel it warm up a little bit, and you're like, all right, now I can kind of venture out. And by 9 it was 49 that day. Like, not that day, that wasn't the high. The high ended up being like almost 60, but it was 49 by 9 a.m. So that was nice. That felt great after freezing my nipples off. Oh yeah, it was crisp.
That's why I have about 50,000 blankets.
I'm just saying.
I don't go anywhere without a shit ton of blankets. Can't.
I feel that. Yeah, you never know when you're gonna need them. Even if you don't use them to like cover yourself up, you could like use them to make a pallet on the floor.
Exactly.
Than sleeping on the floor. It'd be a really firm bed, but
hey, better than, you know.
Honestly, I can do the floor too if I've got something to help cushion just a little bit. I don't need it to be a lot. I just need it to like cushion my hips a little bit, my hips and some neck support. If I've got that, I'll pass smooth the F out. Like, done. Oh yeah, I'm an old man. I'll sleep.
Yeah, anywhere. I'll fall asleep anywhere.
Like, for real.
Yeah, it's a cakewalk.
Yeah, that's not hard to do. It's kind of like when in the last episode I mentioned it's like the old man after you get done at the buffet and you got 25 minutes to get home and you're not driving and you're in the passenger seat of a car and you don't know it, but about 10 minutes into it you wake up because you're going on the window. Oh, with food.
All right. So, where were we?
We were talking about Greek mythology.
Okay.
That camera just died.
It's up to you, buddy. It's the final camera.
Yeah, we'll just have to run on that one. I'll pull the first 3 off of that one, but we won't use number 4. Well, that way we just use that. It'll be fine. Not that I want to just strictly use the phone. I like using those cameras too. They're nice to have, especially using them through the computer. So, but it's not a big deal. We got some varied footage. We got like 20 minutes with all 3 of them. We've got 30 minutes with 2 of them. And then we've got this one. We'll finish this out just fine. So, but yeah, we were talking about, we were at the Greek mythology part.
Oh yeah. This article that they have here, because you had mentioned about the Chinese cosmology. This here says, in Greek cosmology, they represented the daughters of the Titan Atlas, the seven daughters.
And Atlas is
the 7 sisters, excuse me.
Yeah. Atlas is the one that holds the world on his shoulders. It said that whenever there's an earthquake, it's because he shrugs, because he's got to adjust the weight. So the lore says.
And this is ironic. In Japanese mythology, they are known as Subaru and symbolize unity and cooperation.
But I was just saying, Subaru means unite or to come together.
Yep.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy. And if you look at a Subaru car, their logo is the Pleiades star cluster.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. But more on that when we come back. All right, that was a whole debacle. Let's try this again for the final time. We should be at least good enough to finish out this crap. So if you're cool with it, instead of just, ripping off of that sheet, let's just talk crap about it for like however long we can. Unless there's some more stuff in there that you think is in kind of key, then we can talk about it.
Not necessarily.
Okay. So I think we've done a pretty good job of covering it and giving a background of what they are and what they are capable of doing and what they are allegedly capable of doing. So what could they be? Are they aliens, or are they, there's a gentleman that I listened to on a different podcast a while back that theorized that aliens and the Fae folk are the same, because, the Fae folk, in order to get to their realm, you have to travel through a tunnel, and you see a tunnel of light when you die. So he thinks it's related to death in a way, but like you travel through a tunnel and you get a tunnel of light when you're abducted by aliens too at the same time.
Yeah.
So on and so forth. So
Well, I mean, what if they're just advanced life?
It's just a life form that vibrates so high that we
misidentify it.
Basically, yeah, misidentify it, can't see it. I can see that being a thing.
Yep.
But it's just crazy how many different cultures, like everywhere in the world, all have very similar stories about Pleiades and the star cluster itself, and it's got a lot of cultural importance to a lot of different people. And yeah, I just think that's, it bears a little bit of weight and consideration to think about the possibility of life having come from there, because it kind of goes along with the idea of star seeds, because I think it's the Hopi have a legend about being seeds of the stars.
Yeah.
The Dakotas also believe it, which I think is mentioned in that paper. That paper over there now, but if I remember right, I think the Navajo have something similar. A lot of Native American tribes have something very similar about having come from the stars.
Sky cousins.
Yes, sky cousins. Yes, our sky brothers and sisters will return. Yeah, that's supposed to be like the beginning of the end of the world, I think, and a lot of it is like they know that stuff is about to pass or change when they start to return.
Yep.
And it kind of tracks if you go with everything that's going on in the world and follow it any kind of closely. It
all ties together.
It does. It absolutely all ties together. And it's just kind of crazy how well it all ties in together.
It really is. Especially when you dig deep through the history and you can look at it and put it next to, human civilization, all the way up through, the industrial age and the revolutionary age, and every war that we've ever been through, any major change in, history, things like that. If you dig deep enough, you can find patterns in that stuff that relate everything back to something that's related to this.
Yep. Yeah, you're right. And there's a certain burial mounds in not the Far East, but far east from us, that the certain clusters of stars, and not just necessarily Pleiades, but what we're talking about, clusters of stars in general, that are only visible on certain solstices, like the winter solstice or the spring solstice, and it's literally just that day that the sun will hit the chamber because of where the hole's cut out in.
Yep.
On that day, and it's just kind of crazy how precise they are. Even to this day, they're really not off by that much.
No,
they still line up. So their math is impeccable.
Right.
Yeah, because they still exist. We just can't comprehend how they exist. That's why we can't see them.
Right.
But I feel like
perception
that's going to
of reality.
Yes, and that perception of reality is going to be changing, and it already kind of is changing. That's kind of how, going back to talking about how the energy feels wild compared to how it has felt, especially the last 4 weeks we were talking. How much differently it feels, and
how much stronger it is.
Yes. Oh yeah, I can about float the frick away if I really wanted to. I feel just push the energy out the palms of my feet, not the palms of my feet, but out of my feet, and just like Iron Man straight up in the sky sometimes.
I got stuck in this meditation the other day sitting on the roof. Mm-hmm. I was like,
almost not
spaced out.
When I was over there doing stuff to research for this episode, every time I would start reading super heavy and get into it, my forehead would get super pressurized and tingle like my third eye was open. Which I'm pretty sure that I think that means that it is. That's a good indicator for me that it is anyway. So, but it's been crazy. Every mundane thing, even just doing stuff on the computer. If you're using these two fingers to game, just these two fingers, that's also a mudra, and it's just maybe I'm feeling it like everybody else is feeling it, I guess, but. If you're making that mudra and you're kind of somewhat sensitive to energy, you'll feel the energy start to change around you when you're making that, no matter if you're making it the right way or not. I've noticed.
Yep.
It's kind of weird. And if you're doing meditation and feel energy flow, the flow that comes out of your palms, if you interrupt it by closing your fingers halfway like that, like the slap back you get from it now, for lack of a better term, is pretty intense. Make you kind of sit there and go like this in a circle. Yeah, look all sorts of weird. But I mean, you don't meditate because you look cool, so. But
yeah,
and kind of crazy all the consistencies and things that you find in people or Pleiadians and how they act and how they are, said to interact with humans. There's humans that act that way. Now that I've read some of the descriptions of how they act, how an alien race of them would act, and there's a lot of humans that I've come into contact with in my life that have acted that way. So maybe they are those souls incarnate here, or maybe they are them and they just have disguises.
Right.
But that would also mean that they're reptilian.
Well,
they can shapeshift.
Yeah.
They're all reptilians and they just all shapeshift to different races.
Yeah.
Yeah. That could be it. Reptilians are it. That's all we have.
I can point that out. Yeah, reptilians are real. If you don't know that, you miss them. One shot.
Yep. I have a friend that believes that we manifested those into existence.
I don't believe that.
I personally think that they were around before.
I believe so, because reptilians ties into Princess Diana stuff.
It does.
And the royal family. But we're not going to talk about that today.
Nah.
I think that's already previously mentioned in a different episode.
Yeah, we brushed on it just a little bit in I don't think it was the reptilian episode, but we did brush on it a little bit. But I can't remember which episode it was now that you've talked about it.
Not sure.
We got like 12 or 13 of them now, so episodes.
Bud.
Yeah, we're about getting ready to wrap up season 1, I think.
Yeah, almost.
Yeah, probably 4 more episodes, including this one, so 5 more total.
Yeah.
Including this one is 5 more total. So do 4 more. And we'll take a short break for season 2. It's kind of a super far early advanced warning to be telling everybody season 2 is going to be coming up, I guess. But, while we're shooting the poo for the last couple 10 minutes of the podcast, because, it's kind of nice to just sit here and talk crap about some of the things that you read about and just see what you kind of come up with between two free thinkers. For lack of a better term, inspired by all the Hot Wheels behind us. That helps quite a bit. I don't know why I keep mentioning those, but they're pretty nice to look at. I'm not gonna lie. The reason I collect them. But yeah, I don't think Pleiadians care about Hot Wheels though. So,
but I bet if they did, they wish they had a collection like this.
That's probably why I keep seeing them float over top of my house or getting ready to beam in and steal all of the real riders that are up here. Which I hope they don't. But.
They're coming for the He-Mans over here on the wall.
Man, I knew it. He-Man's a hero for everybody, isn't he?
Yeah, they saw that he had the power and they're coming to get it.
By the power of Grayskull.
Grayskull?
We gotta see this.
They're coming for Flash Gordon, too.
These humans said they have a gray skull. I wonder which gray they slaughtered to get it. Yeah. That'd be a very weird conversation to have. Where's this gray skull that you speak of? I don't know. It'd be like if you were to get an encounter with the Nordic aliens and they try to communicate with you telepathically, if that's not something that you're already trying to do, you're gonna your brain's just gonna melt. Or you'll break psychotically, I guess. Just be like,
oh, that'd be nuts.
Aliens are freaking real.
I can get, man. That'd be a wild time.
The devil is upon thee! You like that crazy guy from Little Nicky?
Right. Yes. It's been a while since I've seen Little Nicky, but I need to watch it again.
Good movie.
It's a good movie.
Well. Yeah, bud.
Yeah, bud.
Yeah, bud.
I'd say that about wraps up our episode for today, my guy.
I think I'd like to say thanks for coming. We'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time. Thanks for stopping in and following up with us. If you happen to catch the Nordic Alien podcast episode, cool. That helps you lead up to this one. If you haven't, feel free to go back and watch it. It's pretty awesome. It precursors everything up into this. The next one's going to be on Lyrans. I'm going to do that one with our most expensive actress, Delbene, who has decided that she's going to nap on the clock, which is fine because she was really being freaking annoying. So I'm glad she's taking a nap. She's just not herself when she's sleepy. So, but yeah, we're going to go ahead and call it, guys.
Tune in next time.
Tune in
Bye-bye.
next time. Bye-bye.